Everybody 49 and welcome to part 2 of Don't Ever Doubt Your Vagina. Boom. So I know that y'all seen the story that I shared or whatever, and I asked y'all to poll about it. And I didn't want to share my thoughts and comments on that poll. I wanted to do a separate video. So like, comment, subscribe, share. I appreciate it. Don't doubt your vagina. Sending your stories, sending your emails, all of that. Boom. Here we go, because we about to get surgical. So let me pull back up the email. Okay, let me move this over here for a second. All right, give me 1 second, guys. Let me just minimize this because there's a lot going on. All right, here we go. Excuse me. All right, so there's layers to this, right? Now, I'm not one to give advice. I just like to share my personal experience, and you can decide how you take that and what you want to do with it. You know what I'm saying? So this is definitely for the person that wrote, and this is just for anybody that is listening to this story time. So here we go. In part 1, the young lady says that, you know, the guy that she's with, I believe they're engaged. They have 2 kids. She went and got BBL. She went and got her asshole lightened. She went bleached. She went and got her vagina tightened and all that. And he wound up cheating or whatever the case may be. Right? First of all, I want to say that I really appreciate your brutal honesty about that and the reasons why you got these surgeries and why you got these different body enhancements. Totally appreciate you being so open and, you know, forward with what's going on. So like I said, I'm not one to give advice because I noticed that sometimes when I'm passionate about something, I'll give advice as if it's me and you're not me. But I will say this is that I've been engaged twice, right? And I know what it is to like really be in love with somebody you would die for, you would live for, you would kill for, you would do anything for, you would become a different person for, you would compromise for, everything, and they treat you like this. But the fact that is that you said that you guys have business. I believe you said something like you have businesses. Let me pull it up right here. Wait. So I can make sure it's accurate about what you're saying. Okay. Yeah, you said you guys engaged, you have 2 kids, you have a business, and you have a home together. So you want to take all that into consideration. Now, I'm going to be brutally honest here. And I don't know how many people are going to resonate with this, but there's 2 different lanes that I'm going to say. From my experience, I just feel like this, is that when you have certain things together, it's like, that's more the process. I feel like if this is completely based on how you feel. If you feel like the act that they committed against you is egregious, and if somebody committed an egregious act against you, that's mean the act that is just out of pocket, out of line. If that's crossing the gun line for you, then sometimes in life, and my sister told me this, sometimes in life you got to take your loss. You got to take the losses. It's like, you know what? This going to hurt, but you're going to feel better in the end. You got to take that loss. So if you're on that road and you feel like what he did was egregious and you can't take it, I say head out and take your losses because it's going to get greater later. It always does. You know, especially when you make a decision based off your self-worth and your own self-love when you do stuff like that, right? Check it out. Boom. Here we go. Here's the other side is that, like, when you engage, y'all got kids, you got it's a lot of factors right now, and you feel, and it doesn't matter how anybody else, or no matter how anybody else looks at you, if you feel that the act that was committed against you, the act that happened was not egregious, it wasn't crossing the gun line. I'm just going to have to say it. I'm a curse. I'm sorry. I'm a real bitch at the end of the day. So it's like if I'm with someone, if I'm with a significant, if I'm with someone and they cheat, there's certain things I can work through. And I'm like, oh my God, not you, forehead. Yeah, I can work through. I have. You know what I'm saying? But I feel like that was coming from a place of, Now, if that happens now and I'm with someone and that happens and I'm in love and we got businesses together, houses, and we like a power couple and all this is going on, then there's some things I might want to consider if I feel like the act that you committed against me was not egregious. That all depends on how you move, how you feel. Like, what is crossing the gun line for you? What is a line stepper for you? What is a boundary crosser for you? Like, people will tell you, oh, you should leave him. Don't be telling people what they should do. Okay? If you feel like that act was crossing the gun line, then that's what it is. I'm not going to sit here and say, girl, leave him, girl. Or girl, you know, I would stay on whatever way our business is. I'm not one to say that. You have to really discern what it is that you feel is offensive to you. That's like, ouch. Or like, I ain't going to be able to get over that. Like for me, I'm gonna be honest. If this was me in said situation, now I'm talking for me, not giving advice to you or anyone else. If it was me and we're engaged, 2 kids, a home, businesses, the person apologized, was sincere. I don't know. It depends on the sincerity, how I engaged, how I felt about them. If that's what that was, then I feel like we could work it out. There's only 2 gun lines in this situation, in said situation like this, is that if he cheated on me with somebody that I knew, oh, I could never forgive that. I could never forgive that, ever. And then, I mean, I could forgive it for myself, but we would never be apart. I could never. That's not who I am. I'm not gonna lie to myself. That's 1. 2, like the first one is somebody that I know, like a cousin, a friend, or anything in that realm. Nah, I don't care who knew what. You should have known. Pay attention. That's not my problem. That's between you and your Jesus. It's gonna be a problem. It's up and stuff. Seriously, that's 1. 2 is if. 1 is if it's, and the 2 is like if it was an ongoing thing, like you're continuously sleeping with this person. I can't trust that, because every time you go out and be like, so you at, so who you at? So you at Paula? You on this for Paula? You got your haircut for Paula? Paula. It would be Paula. It would be Paula. I want to use another name and be petty, but I'm not. I'm gonna just use Paula, right? So boom, that would be it for me. I'm not saying that that's something that you should do, but that would be it for me. And another thing, something that struck a nerve with me was this, and this is what I resonated with. And this is something that, all right, guys, I don't want to get emotional. So let me give you a backstory. This is why this is a story time. So 14 Years a Slave reaches out, right? And I know somebody is watching my page and telling him everything that I'm seeing. It's for him. It's for him. So you can tell him, and it's okay. He know we were there. We were there. We both were in that relationship together. So we knew what went on. Boom. So he calls, he reaches out. And to be honest with you, the conversation was going well. Until he says this to me, that, and this young lady said it in her thing about how he was calling her names, or he was saying little things to her. And I feel like, and this is just for me, and I know this may sound, I don't know how it may sound to anybody else, but I'm gonna just be brutally honest here. For me, I could take I could take the physical. You know what I'm saying? And it shouldn't even be like that. That's just lived experience. But that emotional shit, when people do to you emotionally and mentally, like when they're abusive like that, it took years. It took years for me to know that I was beautiful. It took years to know what my worth was. It took years, like the mental and emotional abuse. And when we got on the phone, he started talking that fly shit. Because anybody who know 14 Years a Slave, he gonna talk his shit. If talking was a person, shut it up, button your lip. So he's like, oh, but you did things to me. Are you shitting me? I take accountability for everything that on my part. But what we're not going to do is you're not allowed, not at this stage in the game. You're not allowed to be on the phone with me talking about whatever to say, oh, well, it was like as if it was all on me. You made me feel ugly. You made me feel like I wasn't important. You made me feel like I wasn't worth shit. And I'm dead ass. Main reason I went to therapy. Main reason why I had to learn what love looked like all over again. Bitches, hoes, said I was fat. Said I didn't have a shape. I look like I belong in a pineapple. No, say. We can laugh about that now, but that wasn't funny then. You understand what I'm saying? And then, to add insult to injury, you will be cool with people that I don't know speak to and will never speak to again. Now we all Instagram friends. So on that part, I can relate to that. That is a deal breaker for me now. Then it wasn't. It's just like, oh, well, we go back and forth. We go back and forth. I'm not going back and forth with you because do you know how many times I used to look in the mirror at myself and cry? This is just me being grown and dead ass. Like, this is why promote mental health so much because you don't know what a person is going through and what they've been through. You don't know that. So when you say certain things and you do certain things and you put them in predicaments where they feel like they have to compete for your love and affection, that's a trigger. I'm going to tell you now, sister, I can't reveal your name because I said that's not what I do, and that's not what I'm going to do. What I'm going to say to you is this, though. You shouldn't have to compete for anybody's love. You should, I'm just saying, you do not, I'm not going to say should, do not. Competition should not exist within love. That's bullshit. It's bullshit. It's bullshit. It's bullshit. There will be people out here that'll love you now. Sometimes love is a battlefield. It'll be like that. However, absolutely not. The name calling, the little stuff, this be the mental stuff for me. And that's what I'm saying. I'm not here to give you advice. I'm not that person. What I will say from my lived experience, unacceptable. And the thing is this, like I said before, and I want you to listen to me very clearly and hear me, because you and I are not the same person. That name calling and that, oh, you look like this and you got to get all this nip tuck. No. I get it nip tuck because I want to. You know how many people that got nip tuck and still ain't got no dick? Excuse my language. And still doesn't have a man? Still out here searching. They moved to different states and everything. And you still searching. The fuck out of here. Be honest with yourself. You got it to attract whatever you want, and it's cool. Not everyone is like that. What I'm saying is this. If you feel in your heart of all hearts that the acts that he's committing are egregious towards you, are line stepping towards you, are crossing your boundaries. Because I'm going to be honest, seem like you ain't got no boundaries here, but we can work on that. We can work on boundaries. It don't come easy. Let's start by saying no. No is a complete sentence. It's no. It's the no for me. So if you feel like the act that he committed against you was egregious, it's all for you, sis. It's all for you, sis. Listen, like I told you, my sister told me sometimes you got to take your losses. That was the best advice I've ever gotten. Like, you be holding on to something like, I got to go. I got to go. Like, sing your ass out the door. You got to go. It's time to go now. You got to let it go now. If you feel that the act was egregious, but if you live your life, so you know, if you feel like that's something that y'all can work through, you truly believe what he's saying to you is the truth, that he is done, this was a bad indiscretion, and he's willing to prove himself to you, y'all willing to work through this, then sister, I say work through it. I'm never one to break up. I don't know if you're black, white, or whatever. I'm never one to break up the institution of marriage, or y'all getting married, or whatever. Excuse my digestion. I totally support that. So I just wanted to ask for my advice, and not really giving advice, just lived experience. Only thing, as I said, you have to discern whether was it egregious enough to stay or leave, and then you make your decision based off that. And that's me giving you the honest truth. Because when kids are involved, people can say, "Oh, just leave him, just do that." A lot of people can say all of that. You know what I'm saying? But if it was egregious, like if what he did was just like. Take your losses, sis. Split everything. Do what you got to do to get away. Because it's just not for you. But if you feel in your heart that this is something that you can deal with and you can honestly learn to forgive, or you can't really say if you're going to forgive or not, you really don't know, but you're willing to try and go through this process, and he's being apologetic, I'm never one to break up somebody's family or say, nah, you should leave or you should do that. I can't tell you what you should do. I can just give you the tools to say, hey, discern this. Just let me just put that in your mental garden. Okay, let me drop that jewel in your mental garden. Okay, but like I told you, the thing that I really can resonate with is the name calling and the calling. Like, it took years for me to get here and feel comfortable in all my sexiness, all of it. And some days I question, like, I be looking at me like, seriously, that's me being brutally raw with you, cried. And this man called me tonight. And it's like, to relive that, it brought tears of joy to my heart. that I let that go. It brought tears of joy. Do you know what it is to wake up next to a person that is cheating on you, beating on you, admitted to kidnapping me? We're gonna let it all hang out since everybody's watching, since people are telling him what's going on. Tell him that he knows that my mama had to come and get me. Her and her friend Vanessa had to start. So I shouldn't call her name, but it's up and stuck now. They had to come and get me, kidnap me. You kidnapping me, but I look like a pineapple under the sea, like I'm SpongeBob. But SpongeBob is a franchise player. I need to get some of that SpongeBob money. You heard me? Call me that. Call me dirty, filthy. I wasn't going to be shit. Mind you, I'm not going to be shit, but you paying for my education, and I'm bringing home all A's, and I got to show you like you Captain Daddy. Are you serious? Don't let these people get you jammed. Healing process. I knew that when I finally got that those acts were, I didn't even know those acts was egregious. I didn't know what I thought that was. I guess I thought it was love. Blacking each other's eyes, busting each other's noses. It was sick shit. I don't talk about her, but yeah, I had my homegirls involved and all type of sick shit. You understand me? Like, come on. I just say this. If you feel in your heart that what he's doing is egregious towards you, then you got a decision to make. If you feel in your heart that what he did is not that bad and y'all can work through that, and that's between you and your Jesus. Your relationship is inside, not outside. Forget what everybody else got to say, but you asked me, so I'm going to tell you. If what he did you feel like you can work through, then sister, I say work through it. Y'all got a family. Y'all got a family. Only somebody that wasn't, I don't want to say real bitch. Only a real woman be like, a real woman wouldn't be like, oh, well, just leave. Like, no, I'm not here to tell you that. That's not me. Because I don't know you personally to know if what he did, these acts were like, because you're like, he's apologized. You're the one saying all this. I just want you to discern and make the best decision for you, my love. Okay? And that's from Forehead and I.